Hey guys, Tankdempshyy here. Uh, I was asked in a private message, what makes me so unique? What makes me different? What do people not know about me when they first meet me? So, my name is, not sure if I should give it out. But anyway, I'm Tank Dempsey. I'm a 17-year-old gamer. I play League of Legends, World of Warcraft, DayZ. Let's see. I used to play all the Call of Duties. I used to play Halo. I play Saints Row, Goat Simulator, Payday. I was also asked, what is one of the hardest things you had to face in life? One of the hardest things I've ever had to face in life was, well, I'm sorry if you're new here, and I'm sorry if you're one to get, well, sad easily, but I'm just answering one of the post messages, uh, PMs that I got. But one of the most, I guess, horrible things I ever faced was at the age of 12, I was actually supposed to pass. I wasn't supposed to make it. I'm not even supposed to be streaming this today. If you're wondering why, I'm actually going to get into detail about it. But if you want to get sad, I really, really don't suggest you stay. Um, I'm really not sure if my mic is working right now. I really hope it is. I'm actually gonna go and check inside of my settings. Uh, mm, okay, it is. Well, when I was 11, uh, I had chest pains, and the doctor said that, well, at first I was sent home because they thought I was having an asthma attack. Then I went to the doctors. They checked my lungs. Everything was okay. Everything was fine. And then they noticed that, well, when I was little, I had what people thought was pigeon chest, which is your chest is growing outwards. Mine is different. It's called para excavatum. It was growing inwards. And on that day, uh, they had an X-ray, and I believe a CAT scan after that, and they found out that my bone cage, my breadbasket, was a few inches away from my heart, and at the current rate I was growing, I wasn't supposed to see 13, and that was very soon. So they saw how quickly I was growing, and they told I really just thought, oh hey, my life's been horrible so far. What's the point? Like there isn't really much I can look forward to, and I'm still young. My parents were always fighting. They still fight all the time till today. They've been off and on talking about getting a divorce, but nothing happened yet. I just okay, moving on. Let's see. Uh, I really thought that there was no hope for me anymore, and I thought, okay, um, there isn't really much I'm gonna be missing out on. I used to be bullied a lot in school and at home by my own family members. I'm not gonna say who though, but yeah, I was bullied a lot. Well, what happened was when I went to the doctors, they saw that my chest was growing on itself, and then I had to go back. When I went back, they told me that there's a doctor, Dr. Sidney Johnson, Um, he told me that he could do something about it. He could save me. Uh, okay, I'm just try not to break down right now. But he he was just talking to me and he was telling me about the procedures. One, he would go from the sides of my body and he'd, you know, I'm probably gonna put pictures up after this, but I'm probably gonna just do that right now. He would go from the sides of my rib cage on both sides, and he'd have a slit, um, two slits on the right side, so that way he could put a camera in, so you could see what he was doing. But he'd break all my ribs, and there wouldn't be much scarring, but there'd still be a scar. I really gotta get into light in order to take this picture. Uh, yeah, that didn't come out well. Well, um, I'll take it later. But he told me there wouldn't be much scarring, but I'd get my ribs broken, and then I'd have to be in the hospital for, I believe it was supposed to be a few weeks. Spoiler alert, I got out in 4 days. Um, so anyway, when I was having my surgery, well, the second one, I'm sorry, I forgot the second one. The second one, they would cut underneath my rib cage. So fill the lining where your ribs stop, all the way past there, from one side to the other. They were gonna cut under there, peel the, well, basically go in and shatter all my ribs that way, then break my chest plate up, which is the same as the first one. I forgot to mention. Then they put a bar in, which they do for both of them. Sorry, I'm really slacking on details. Then they leave that in there for 4 years. The one I chose was the first one, and I got it out in 2 years because that's how long I needed. Um, so during the time of the surgery, it took me 1 or 2 months to even think about getting the surgery. It was actually approaching November, which is my birthday, November 15th. Uh, damn. Well, what happened after that was I finally decided, okay, I'll get the surgery. Then there was this whole prep, sign up, got everything done. They told me I'm not supposed to eat anything that morning. I got there at 5 o'clock in the morning with my mom, 12 years old. Um, I was still a seventh grader at the time. They had me go into a room, stripped down into nothing but my boxers, and then they put on a gown. No, I don't want to change this. So, no. Okay. But, I'm actually going to close this just to use the less bandwidth. Turn my turbo key on. Okay, my turbo key is on. Where was I? Oh, okay. But they had this little hose going into the gown, so that way it'd blow like warm air, cause the hospital was cold and I had to wait there for a few hours. They got the room prep for the OR. Then I went in. Everyone showed up like right when I was about to go in. So my dad showed up, my sisters, their boyfriend, one of my sister's boyfriends. I started going into the room, and then they started saying, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be fine," and whatnot, telling me they love me. I went in. They put me on top of the table. When I was in there, I know some of you may or may not believe in out body experiences. Could you not? I don't know. Get out of here. But when I went on the table, they told me, "All right, Ronson, we want you to count to 30." So there I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I was out. When I was out, I actually had a dream where I was watching them do surgery on me. Not joking, not just saying this so people, you know, pay attention, but this is actually what happened. I actually saw them operating on me, and I thought I was just dreaming, but then I woke up. I woke up and I was in the recovery room. The first thing that came out, could you like stop? Fine. God. Okay, but anyway, I woke up and the first thing that came out of my mouth was a loud groan. It, I was in so much pain. Um, the nurse came running over and she was like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you fine?" And I was just looking around. I was like, "Ah." Then I asked, "Where is everyone?" And they said, "Oh, you're in the recovery room. You're gonna be okay. The surgery's done. I can call in your parents now, if you want them to see you." I was just like, "Okay." Then my mom and my sister Raquel, no, no, yeah, my mom and my sister Raquel came in. When they came and said hi to me, and I was just like, "How are you doing? Are you okay? How are you feeling?" It was like pain, mostly pain. Then I felt my chest, and I felt that it was numb, but I didn't feel the dip that there was in my chest. Well, now there is because I had to build up muscle, so now there's like that, you know, that I guess don't know how to explain it, but if you have pecs, you'd understand. Um, so they took me to my room. I was in there, and when I was alone with my doctor, cause my mom then left to go do something, but he told me that while I was on the table, I flatlined because when they broke my ribs, it sent my body into shock, and because my bones were so close to my heart was sent to shock, and I flatlined. So for 5 minutes, I flatlined. They couldn't do CPR. They couldn't um, try and rehabilitate me. They couldn't resuscitate me. The reason is because where my bones were when everything broke. If they were to push or put any pressure on me during that time, going downwards or even moving me, the bones would have pierced my heart or my lungs, and I would have died. So they couldn't do anything. They just stood there, sat there, watching and waiting. After 5 minutes, when my doctor, Sidney Johnson, said he was about to call me time of death, basically, um, they told me